At 197, Jaden Cox, the Olympic bronze medalist, is the number 1 overall seed, and that's a pretty fair ranking for him. The interesting thing here is going to be on the bottom half of the draw between Colin Moore and Brett Farr. So Brett Farr is getting the number 2 overall seed here, Colin Moore the 3. Colin Moore did beat Farr in the Big Ten finals. They're 2-1 right now. Farr has 2 wins to Moore's 1. The notable trend to look at there is that the first match between the two, Farr won by a large margin. The second match was a close match, and the third match, Moore won. So it seems like as the season's gone along, Moore has caught up and even got ahead. And if that trend continues, then you have to figure that Moore is going to win that match if they meet in the semis. And when I look at the rest of the bottom half of the draw, I don't know who would keep that semifinal match from happening. I mean, Preston Weigel is going to be tough for Moore, but it just seems like those two are the 2 and 3 guys in the nation right now. I'd give the advantage to Colin Moore. So you'd be looking at Colin Moore versus Jaden Cox. Now, Cox has won a lot of close matches this year. He hasn't been as dominant as people expected. I think after he got an Olympic bronze, a lot of people were expecting him to be a Hodge candidate. He's won a lot of tight matches. But again, part of that's just because it's really tough to score on him. And as good as Colin Moore is, I don't think he's going to be able to score on Jaden Cox enough. I think Cox is going to win this match. And as much as it pains me to say this, I think another number 1 seed is going to win. I feel like there are a lot of really strong number 1s who are way ahead of their field this year around, and that's a perfect example. And to finish this off, speaking of strong number 1 seeds who are way ahead of their field, Olympic champion, world champion Kyle Snyder at heavyweight. There really aren't too many people who are going to be all that close to him. Even Nick Neville's at number 5 in his half of the draw. Jacob Kasper from Duke. I don't expect those guys to even be within 5 points at best of what Kyle Snyder can do. So you'd have to book Kyle Snyder to the finals. I'm not sure who would even give him trouble and keep him from getting there. On the bottom half of the draw, Ty Walls versus Connor Medbury seems to be the likely semifinal there. Austin Schaefer, you wonder what he can do. Tanner Hall, he seems to kind of be right about where he's at number 7. I'd imagine that he'll probably finish there. I don't think he's going to pull a big upset. So if you're looking at Walls and Medbury, I'd have to give the edge to Medbury. Medbury seems to be the best heavyweight outside of Kyle Snyder this year, and I think he'll get to the finals against him. But again, that's a rematch of the Big Ten finals, and I don't think this is going to go any different than the last one did. So Kyle Snyder will win 285 again, just like he did last year. And that brings us to the team title. So for the team title, I think the biggest question that's going to come about is what's Nick Suriano going to be able to do? If Suriano does nothing, I think Penn State, Oklahoma State may be tight in there, especially if Cade Rock gets the win. And then Ohio State, those would be the ones who'd be competing for the national title. I think Suriano will probably win at least 1 match, if not 2. I think Mark Hall stepping up and winning his title is going to be big. I think Zane Rutherford and Jason Nolf are going to score a lot of points. And with all that being said, I think that's going to be enough to get Penn State to another national championship as their dynasty continues.